Breaking news, LA County Sheriff's Department tracking a stolen vehicle in the South Bay area.
Let's get up to Gil Levis overhead. I believe you're in Carson at this point, Gil?
Hey, that's correct. That's correct, Glenn and Karine. You're looking at this vehicle. It's a stolen vehicle. The LA County Sheriff's Carson Division got behind the vehicle, tried to pull it over. It took off on those deputies. Now it's currently here eastbound on Del Amo, coming up to some heavier traffic. We've watched this vehicle here the last couple of minutes. It is desperate to get away. The driver desperate to get away, splitting lanes. Going really close to cars, possibly even striking a couple of them. Look what he's doing here at this point now. The sheriffs pulled into surveillance mode. They pulled the units that were in pursuit into surveillance mode. They have an airship overhead that's tracking the pursuit, and it sounds like they're going to re-engage the vehicle here shortly. But I can tell you this, we all learned about this on the 405 freeway southbound, approaching the 710. It got back on the northbound 405, and then went north on the 110 and exited the 91 freeway east, and then made it on surface streets here. Now we're here in Carson, in some traffic here. As I come out wide, you'll see there's no units directly behind it right now. And at this point, look at, he's backing up. He's going to try to maybe squeeze through again. They're also notifying Long Beach Police because it's nearing their area, their jurisdiction. So we'll see if Long Beach assists in this, if it gets into their area. But for now, the driver there in that white vehicle stuck in traffic waiting, and it's surprising that the driver's not able to, or not willing to at this point, try to split lanes again, but possibly because it's so tight, the traffic here, I should say. But again, we're at Del Amo and Wilmington, and you're looking at the traffic back up in the red light. Again, no sign of units that are in trail at this point, but it sounds like they're getting those sheriff's units back into position to re-engage.
They will eventually begin following that vehicle, monitoring it a lot more closely, perhaps being even a little bit more aggressive in their actions, because it's one thing to, keep an eye on it from a distance, but if this person continues to go and doesn't stop, at what point do they move in?
Absolutely, and the speeds we were seeing about 70, approaching 80 miles an hour on surface streets here, weaving in and out of traffic, splitting lanes, very dangerous driving. Even though the deputies are not directly behind the vehicle, the driver continues to do this. Sometimes when they go into surveillance mode, the pursuit vehicle will slow down, drive normal, but not this individual. This individual's continuing to drive at a high rate of speed, as you see here, 75 miles an hour here on Del Amo at Alameda. You got some more traffic up ahead, I'm hearing from the airship, but we'll see what the driver decides to do here.
All right, again, this is a stolen vehicle. We know that he's been on the 405 south and north, the 710, the 91, and now on East Del Amo Boulevard in the city of Carson, heading in the direction of Long Beach, according to Gil. And interesting that when he's at a red light, couldn't really go anywhere, so he started to back up a little bit, but he actually sat there pretty calm. But as we saw during the commercial break before we came out to this pursuit, I mean, driving much like you see him right now. I mean, anybody, if he can get around a car, he's going to get around it and keep moving. And he is definitely outpacing normal traffic. But then here again, he's kind of stuck at another intersection.
Yeah, and it's good that the driver has calmed down a bit, but still looking for ways out. We'll see if he tries to jump that center divider or just stays put. But for now, the airship continuing to monitor overhead, and we'll see if Long Beach ends up in this pursuit shortly.
Wow, when you think of it, a Friday afternoon after 3 o'clock, that traffic is just going to get even heavier, Gil. When you see a vehicle like this that is stuck in traffic, officers monitoring it before actually moving in, does that give them an advantage point? Do they strategize and say, okay, a couple intersections up, maybe we can cut them off? Or how do they move in on this individual?
Yeah, they could even set up a spike strip up ahead if they have the time. And right now he's stuck in some heavy traffic here approaching the 710 freeway. So yeah, they do have time to catch up. They do have time to plan it out. They might get a unit that's ahead of the pursuit. Like I said, set up a spike strip. But at this point, we have the 710 freeway coming up, and I hear the California Highway Patrol talking about possibly getting into this if this vehicle does jump onto the freeway once again, and it might, because we're just about a half mile from that 710 freeway right now. So we'll see what the vehicle decides to do. The airship's still circling, still calling out positions, And at this point, we'll see which agency decides to jump in and try to stop this vehicle.
Is there any information on exactly where this vehicle was stolen from and what are the circumstances?
No, we haven't received anything like that, Glenn. We just know that that the sheriffs it's a reported stolen. They tried to pull it over and they took off on them. So at this point, we don't know how many occupants. We don't know if it's just the driver. We don't know the gender of the driver or the age. But at this point, look at this traffic, just keeping them in this spot, and that does give the advantage to the sheriff's department and other agencies to get into position.
It also makes it really dangerous when you have so much traffic on those roadways. We've seen that vehicle splitting lanes, possibly even striking another vehicle. So an advantage for law enforcement when traffic is this heavy, but also you think of the number of drivers that are just around that area. It also makes it dangerous.
Absolutely does. You can see the amount of traffic here. The traffic on the 710. If he decides to jump on the 710, it looks like it's better going south than north. The north is starting to build up ahead, like near Florence. But at this point, the driver content with staying in that number 1 lane here, and we'll see if the driver decides to get on that freeway here shortly.
Well, hopefully he'll pick the slower side,
yes,
and it'll make it much easier to catch up with him and possibly contain him.
Absolutely. You know, the CHP will be at the ready. They are aware of the pursuit. They were talking about the pursuit when it jumped onto the 110 from the 405, and they were trying to get units into position at that point. So they are aware that the pursuit's still ongoing. The Sheriff's Department speaking with or letting the CHP know that the pursuit is approaching the 710. So it's likely that they'll have some units in the area shortly, if not already.
And Gil, with those windows so tinted, it's hard to tell if there's one occupant in that SUV or multiple passengers.
Yeah, all the way around, Karine, you can see that is heavily tinted. We can't really see any activity inside the vehicle right now, unfortunately. There is a CHP just passed by, so we'll see if that CHP will turn around, that officer will turn around and try to get behind it and engage it. But at this point, the driver content with passing the 710 freeway, so that may keep the CHP out of it. We'll see. We'll see if they try to get back behind it or not. But at this point, now we're in Long Beach, and now Long Beach may get involved in this pursuit.
Wow. Gil, we've seen so many of these pursuits. It's hard to tell how this one will play out, how it will end. But sometimes law enforcement, they will let that driver, that vehicle just go to a certain point before they move in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, here comes a U-turn, so he might be rethinking the freeway as he makes that U-turn. We'll see if that CHP got behind. But yeah, you're right. Buy some time for law enforcement. They go into the surveillance mode. The units stay in the area, but don't engage. Now he's back westbound here, and let's see if he jumps on that 710 or not. He's going to go pass it back under the bridge. You know, we've seen. Let's see. He's in the slow lane, so yeah, he's going to go onto the freeway here. 710 southbound from Del Amo. So he's going to make that turn there, and we'll see if that CHP unit now engages, because now it's on the freeway system and in their jurisdiction.
Okay, interesting move we just saw here. When we picked this up, he was on Del Amo Boulevard in Carson, drove into Long Beach, went past a CHP officer that was kind of pulled over in the median, went up a few blocks, did a U-turn, came back, and is now on the 710 South. And again, he picked the right side for himself, a little less traffic southbound, and as you can see, he's going at a pretty good rate of speed here.
Yeah.
And now crossing the double yellow line.
Reaching more than 90. Look at that, 100 miles per hour now. So going pretty fast.
Yeah, very, very fast. He's passing cars very easily here. I'm looking ahead on the 710 to see what we have as far as traffic goes. It will bunch up by the 405. He went right around that car, but bunching up a little bit, but actually not too bad here as we approach the freeway. But again, heavier traffic into the Long Beach area if he stays on the 710 freeway. Definitely when he gets into closer to the downtown Long Beach area, he'll have a lot of heavy traffic there. But look at this. He's just flying past these vehicles. And fortunately for the driver, he's got some pretty decent traffic at this point.
Yeah, he is just passing those cars like they're a picket fence.
Now in the center, that breakdown lane there, he passed that vehicle. Very aggressive. Well, this is what we saw earlier in the pursuit. He was splitting cars in between lanes. And here he goes, continuing to drive on that center median. Okay, back into normal lane. So still looking up ahead. He actually has probably another 1.5 miles of smooth ride here with no traffic, and then it bunches up ahead near downtown Long Beach.
He is 110 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's really dangerous, even with a wide open road.
Well, also
Yeah.
important to note, how many crashes, how many accidents have we seen when the vehicle is going at such high rate of speed? You can't control it.
No.
And it just ends in disaster.
Well, you make a sudden switch in lanes and
Yeah.
you lose control of the car. That's,
And he's doing that right now.
yeah.
Yeah, all over the lanes. Look at that,
Wow.
all the way across
Wow.
lanes, back and forth. And well, he still has some open traffic here. The northbound side is jammed for sure, but the southbound actually, now that I see it better, it looks like he's got open lanes all the way to the downtown area.
And again, this is a
still
stolen
waiting on
vehicle,
word.
and law
Yeah.
enforcement just monitoring the situation from the air at this point. We expect at some point we'll see black and white units from some jurisdiction. Probably at this rate, he's probably going to end up when he's on the surface streets in Long Beach.
And Gail, can you see anything on the ground in terms of units approaching
Exiting.
or in the distance as he takes that exit there?
Well,
Port.
no, I thought maybe that CHP unit would have engaged, but maybe there was some miscommunication or delay in communication. It looks like no CHP yet behind it. It's passing under us, Rick, at 3 o'clock. And he's going to be continuing eastbound here on Anaheim Street. We'll see if Long Beach comes in. There's the sheriff's helicopter that's monitoring the pursuit, monitoring the vehicle here as we get into Long Beach. We'll see... red light at Magnolia. He's going to make a right-hand turn, and he's going to continue there and into some commercial properties here. He's going to come back out onto Magnolia and Loma Vista, and he's going to go right through that stop sign and then continue. So we'll see if Long Beach, I'm sure they're aware of it, that it's in their area right now. The sheriff's communicating with them, but he's making his way through these residential and commercial areas and might be looking for a place to bail out.
It's one thing to be going 90 on the freeway, Gail, but when you enter a residential area, surface streets, this is when it really becomes dangerous. You don't know who may be walking. You may not see a car pulling out.
Here we go, pulling in the driveway.
Yeah, go forward. There we go. Oh, we got 2, 3. This is the driver right here. We're going to try to
Wow,
stay on the
3 people.
driver. They're kind of staying together. They're going into a back. There they are. They're staying together. So three people ran from the vehicle. I'm going to come in with our doubler. That is the driver. Looks like he's on a cell phone. He's going to continue the passenger trying to jump a fence here. The driver going back the opposite direction now, looking for a place to get in and exit. So this might be a familiar place. He's punching in a code, it looks like. He's got in the code.
Yeah.
So obviously he knows the code, and that's probably where he lives.
No, that's what we always see. They always try to return to a familiar area, usually their own neighborhood. And you know, with the sheriff's department monitoring this, he just made it easy for them in some respects. I mean, it's an apartment building, but at least they have him isolated in this building. And once they arrive on the scene, he has no place to go.
Come out. So he may have ducked into one of the apartments in that complex.
All right, we keep having problems with our
North
signal.
here, the passenger. Yeah, I'm not sure if you have us back, but we
Yeah.
are. It looks like we haven't seen him leave the area. We see a couple people walking through that area. One of the passengers tried to go into this property here. We lost visual on that guy as well. The third one went east into the neighborhood here. So all three bailing out of the vehicle, and the driver, at least last seen here at this apartment complex.
And they basically all split up. We lost the video for a bit there, but we did see that one person on the ground there punching in a code, going through a gate. Again, perhaps familiar territory for them. The other two individuals, unclear where exactly.
Well, he thinks so. He thinks one of them went in that house that's right next door to the apartment building. So if he doesn't emerge and take off again, once law enforcement arrives, whatever jurisdiction, I think maybe Long Beach at this point, they've got two of them isolated here. Sheriff's Department helicopter may have monitored where the third guy went. So now it's just wait and see till law enforcement arrives on the scene, if they do at all.
And Gail, maybe you can answer this. We've been following this for a while, right? Law enforcement officials obviously know what's going on the ground there, trying to track their movements. They've now ended up at least one individual inside that complex here on the ground. Why is it taking so long? Why aren't there already officers on the ground perhaps responding to this location?
It could be the delay in contacting Long Beach. There could be a slight delay with the airship getting in touch with dispatch or getting in touch with the headquarters in Long Beach to let them know that the pursuit has ended here. And they'll likely send units to the scene here. It's also possible that the Carson Sheriffs might send some units that were initially in the pursuit to get the vehicle that was the stolen vehicle and get that into custody. So we'll likely see some activity here shortly, at least at the vehicle where they ditched it in an alleyway just a short distance away, right over in this area here. But yeah, it should be within minutes that some law enforcement shows up. The airship from the Sheriff's Department is still overhead.
Okay, we saw three individuals ditching that stolen vehicle in Long Beach, made a run for it, one in this apartment complex, another one possibly in a house next door, the third one somewhere nearby in the neighborhood. We will continue to monitor this situation, and once law enforcement arrives and possibly makes an arrest, we will certainly let you know what happens.